not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the flying monkey right with Mike Malloy.
25 before the hour. I know a lot of people listening to this program know Medea Benjamin. I have had the, I don't know, pleasure is the right word, the experience of meeting her, being involved in demonstrations with her, being yelled at by her because I wasn't holding the sign right or something. But she is a tireless advocate for human rights, no matter what the issue is, but especially where it concerns an end to warfare and the national security state that the United States has become. Excuse me. Sheila Samples, one of the editors at Op-Ed News, sent me this the other night. And Sheila wrote, I am beyond frightened about this. I'm terrified. Obama has to know about John Brennan. You know, he's the one that Obama just appointed or nominated to head the CIA. Sheila writes, what could he be thinking or planning? Here's Medea Benjamin's article that was in the Huffington Post yesterday. And she sent it to me, and it's posted at Op-Ed News. So you can pick it up there. You can also get it at Huffington Post, or you can, there's a companion piece written by Ray McGovern. You know who he is. And that was posted at Consortium News. These are sites that carry stuff, along with tvnewslies.org, that you really need to be visiting some of these websites. I mean, Op-Ed News, Consortium, TV News Lies, seriously. But you know that already. This is what Medea writes. In October 2011, 16-year-old Tariq Aziz attended a gathering in Islamabad where he was taught how to use a video camera so he could document the drones that were constantly circling over his Pakistani village, terrorizing and killing his family and neighbors. 2 days later, when Aziz was driving with his 12-year-old cousin to a village near his home in Waziristan to pick up his aunt, his car was struck by a Hellfire missile. With the push of a button by a pilot at a U.S. base thousands of miles away, both boys were instantly vaporized. Only a few chunks of flesh remained. Afterward, the U.S. government refused to acknowledge the boys' deaths or explain why they were targeted, and why should they? This is a covert program where no one is held accountable for their actions. The main architect of this drone policy that has killed hundreds, if not thousands, of innocents, including 176 children in Pakistan alone, is Obama's counterterrorism chief and his pick for the next director of the CIA, John Brennan. On my recent trip to Pakistan, I met with people whose loved ones had been blown to bits by drone attacks, people who have been maimed for life, young victims with no hope for the future and aching for revenge. For all of them, there has been no apology, no compensation, not even an acknowledgement of their losses. Nothing. That's why when John Brennan spoke at the Woodrow Wilson International Center in Washington, D.C. last April and described our policies as ethical, wise, and in compliance with international law, I felt compelled to stand up and speak out on behalf of Tariq Aziz and so many others. As they dragged me out of the room, my parting words were, quote, I love the rule of law and I love my country. You are making us less safe by killing so many innocent people. Shame on you, John Brennan. Rather than expressing remorse for any civilian deaths, John Brennan made the extraordinary statement in 2011 that during the preceding year, there hadn't been a single collateral death. Quote, because of the exceptional proficiency, precision of the capabilities we've been able to develop, end quote. Brennan later adjusted his statement somewhat, saying, quote, fortunately, for more than a year, due to our discretion and precision, the U.S. government has not found credible evidence of collateral deaths resulting from U.S. counterterrorism operations outside of Afghanistan or Iraq, end quote. We later learned why Brennan's count was so low. The Obama administration had come up with the a semantic solution of simply counting all military-age males in a strike zone as combatants. The UK-based Bureau of Investigative Journalism has documented over 350 drone strikes in Pakistan that have killed between 2,600 and 3,400 people since 2004. Drone strikes in Yemen have been on the rise, with at least 42 strikes carried out in 2012, including one just hours after President Obama's re-election. The first strike in 2013 took place just 4 days into this new year. A May 29th, 2011 New York Times expose showed John Brennan as President Obama's top advisor in formulating a, quote, kill list, end quote, for drone strikes. The people Brennan recommends for the hit list are given no chance to surrender, and certainly no chance to be tried in a court of law. The kind of intelligence Brennan uses to put people on drone hit lists is the same kind of intelligence that put people in Guantanamo. Remember how the American public was assured that the prisoners locked up in Guantanamo were the worst of the worst, only to find out that hundreds were innocent people who had been sold to the U.S. military by bounty hunters? In addition to that, Brennan pushed the CIA to have the authority to kill with even greater ease using so-called signature strikes, also known as crowd killing, which are strikes based solely on suspicious behavior. The other day when Obama announced his nomination of John Brennan, he talked about Brennan's integrity and commitment to the values that define us as Americans. He said Brennan has worked to, quote, embed our efforts in a strong legal framework, end quote, and that he, quote, understands we are a nation of laws, end quote. A nation of laws. Really? Going around the world killing anyone we want, whenever we want, based on secret information? Just think of the precedent John Brennan is setting for a world of lawlessness and chaos, now that 76 countries have drones. Mostly surveillance drones, but many in the process of weaponizing them. Why shouldn't China declare an ethnic Uyghur activist living in New York City as an enemy combatant and send a missile into Manhattan? Or Russia launched a drone attack against a Chechen living in London? Or why shouldn't a relative of a drone victim retaliate against us here at home? It's not so far-fetched. In 2011, 26-year-old Rezwan Firdaus, a Massachusetts-based graduate with a degree in physics, was recently sentenced to 17 years in prison for plotting to attack the Pentagon and U.S. Capitol with small drones filled with explosives. In his search for a new CIA chief, Obama said he looked at who is going to do the best job in securing America. Yet the blowback from Brennan's drone attacks is creating enemies far faster than we can kill them. 3 out of 4 Pakistanis, 75%, now see the United States as their enemy. That's about 133 million people, which certainly can't be good for U.S. security. When Pakistani Foreign Minister Hina Rabbani Kar was asked the source of U.S. enmity, she had a one-word answer: drones. In Yemen, escalating U.S. drone strikes are radicalizing the local population and stirring increasing sympathy for al-Qaeda-linked militants. Since the January 4th, 2013, that's a week ago, attack in Yemen, militants in the tribal areas have gained more recruits and supporters in their war against the Yemeni government and its key backer, the United States. According to Abdul Rahman Burman, executive director of the Yemeni National Organization for Defending Rights and Freedoms, the drone war is failing. Quote, if the Americans kill 10, al-Qaeda will recruit 100. He said. Around the world, the drone program constructed by John Brennan has become a provocative symbol of American hubris, showing contempt for national sovereignty and innocent lives. If Obama thinks John Brennan is a good choice to head the CIA and secure America, he should contemplate the tragic deaths of victims like 16-year-old Tariq Aziz and think again. Medea Benjamin is the co-founder of Code Pink. You can get all the information about them you want at codepink.org. And also a co-founder of globalexchange.org. And she's the author of the book, Drone Warfare, Killing by Remote Control. Why Obama would pick someone such as John Brennan to be the head of the CIA. This is a man who is amoral down to his cellular structure. Killing people is what he does. Killing people without formal charge. Killing people based on lists drawn up by whom? And killing anyone who happens to be near the person who is targeted for death. This is our U.S. foreign policy, folks.